Hey you guys, this is Christina with Leads and Leverage, and I am here today with you for a second live stream because I have a whole lot of questions that you guys have been asking me, and I have some time to answer them for you. I'm actually en route. I am not driving. Someone else is driving. I am not driving. Like I said, someone else is driving, but I am en route to an event. And I wanted to take this time to try and answer some questions for you. And the first one I'm going to start with, it's what I put in the subject line. It said, where can I find a writer for my blog who understands SEO? And one of my members asked that. And that's like a totally legit question because she's looking to try and outsource as much time-consuming stuff as possible. You know, things that don't seem to be moneymakers, that don't seem to be the truly kind of, I guess, important things. And so this question comes from that place. But here's a couple things that I want you guys to consider with this. When you're doing online lead generation, when you're doing anything online, like from Facebook or your blog or anything like that, here's the key piece that's often missing in our marketing or in what we think should be our marketing. The key piece that we forget is that online marketing, online lead generation is a space to build a relationship. It is a space to start building, as Facebook says, meaningful engagement. Hey, Jessica. Hey, Leah. And if you go with the idea that you want to outsource your blog posts, because we're thinking, okay, I just want to get information out there, or I'm just doing it for SEO to drive traffic to my blog. But here's a couple things to think about. How are you actually going to leverage your blog? Are you going to leverage it for relationship building? Because remember, when you focus on serving, when you focus on relationship building, your audience out there, you're going to get and attract people that are not interested in any of the other blogs out there. Everything is just information. You're going to turn it into a relationship. You're going to turn it into a space where people start knowing you, they start liking you, and they start trusting you. That's the difference. When you hire out your blogging, you're hiring it out to an information pumper, just a ghostwriter that can pump out information. Well, there are literally 1,000,001, maybe 2,000,001, maybe 10,000,001 websites that have information pumped out to them. What they don't have is they don't have you, your expertise, your knowledge, your experience, your quirkiness, your silliness, your seriousness, your personality. They don't have that on that blog. And if you want to actually retain people, if you want to get people to connect with you and to just really want to become in your audience and in your sphere, then guess what you need to do? You need to blog. Now, the number one obstacle that most agents say or do or express is, I don't have time to blog. And when I hear that, I think, but you do. We all have time. We have time to build relationships. Do we have time? We spend a lot of time perhaps answering multiple email questions. We spend a whole lot of time doing a lot of research. We spend a whole lot of time doing a whole lot of other things that we actually should not be doing. Our transaction management, need to outsource that. Even some of if we're hand stuffing envelopes, hire a high schooler. If, you're doing your own open houses and you need to be blogging while you're at your open houses. You need to be leveraging your time. Quite frankly, if you're in the business building stage of your real estate business and you're watching Netflix series or Amazon series or anything like that, guess what? You have the time to be blogging. You need to be working and doing those things instead of spending that time on that kind of stuff, if you're serious about your business. Now, here's the thing that usually happens. Agents will say, I don't know what to say. Or, aside from the time thing, they're like, I don't know what to say. Or, I sound boring, or we really put it on ourselves to try and be, I'm hot, to try and be too newspapery, too writery, too article, like Associated Press, boring crap. We're not willing to show ourselves. We're not willing to write like we talk. And so we need to do that. We have to put that out there, because people are not going to resonate with boring, which is why you don't want to have a ghostwriter. You want to be you. You want to answer that question in just that way that only you can. Here's the other thing. We're looking for SEO. Google is looking for meaningful engagement, just like Facebook. They look at how long, they don't look at how much traffic goes to your page. They look at how long people, I mean, they do, but they look at how long people are on your pages, how long they spend on each page. Hi, Eric. They look at how relevant, like, does your content meet the needs of the searches that are being done for your content? It's all about meaningful engagement. Google is all about meaningful engagement too. We think we can just SEO the heck out of it, but every time we think that, they change their algorithm and say, no, we want people meaningfully engaged with your site. We want them reading in your site, whatever. So if that means that you need to do a live stream like this, and then you need to have that live stream transcribed because you're answering questions and solving problems for people, you have it transcribed, you clean it up, you post that as a blog post, you post the video along with that blog post, and that gets traffic for you. So it's hard when we're busy to think, do I really need to blog? That just doesn't make sense. And especially in real estate, we just don't understand that how important it is. The consumer is online. The consumer's on their phone. Everybody's learning and loving the idea of virtual relationships. If you want people to connect with you, to resonate with you, to opt in, to become part of your audience, guys, you have to create your own content. You can leverage other elements. You can leverage people editing your content for you. You can leverage people posting it for you. You can leverage other things, but you need to be the face of your real estate business. It is your voice, your personality, your expertise, your knowledge that gets people to connect with you. If you want people to connect with you and you want people to use you and not just be a place where there's crazy, get as much traffic as possible, but your opt-in suck space, then you need to blog. You need to serve your audience. They want your knowledge, your experience, and blogging is actually one of the best leverage pieces that you've got available to yourself. So it's one of the best, including live video, to actually leverage and scale you from just talking one-on-one to people to you talking one-to-many with people. All right, you guys. Any other questions about blogging? I'm just curious if we have any other questions. I will check the... I've got a setup going on here. While I'm on the road, I have got I've got my computer set up on my jetpack. I have my iPhone, which I'm using right now, using the Facebook Creator app, which I love, by the way. It's just, you can only use it on iOS right now, by the way. Yes, Donna. Oh my gosh, this is a perfect segue. When you have she said perfect content for weekly emails too. It is. When you have an idea that, okay, this is going to be my blog post, then you take that blog post and you just maybe highlight a couple pieces or talk about it in a different way or why you were compelled to share about it in your weekly email. There you go. You can also do a live stream with it. It is so amazing how you can leverage one little piece of content or one idea, one topic, and you can leverage it and look like you are just pumping out content like crazy, but what you're really doing is repurposing that content. In fact, I think that repurposing, some tricks and tips on how to repurpose so that you are everywhere should be one of the live streams. What do you guys think? I think that should be one of the live streams in the next couple days. Let me type that down with one hand. Tricks and tips on repurposing. Let me see. Typing with one hand, guys. Repurposing content tips. I can do that. Any other questions, you guys? Any other thought? Any other inputs on here? You guys are awesome. I know this is my second time today that I've been on. Can we get a chauffeur? Actually, I'm going to show you. This is my chauffeur. It's my husband. We're actually, okay, this is funny. I didn't even think of the timing or the coincidence of this. However, we're going over to Spokane. One of the top copywriters in the world lives in Spokane. And he and his son own a coffee shop in Spokane. And so once a month they have kind of an online marketing meetup. And it's just a great opportunity to talk to him and learn a couple, a tip or two from him. I mean, when I'm saying it's Ray Edwards, and he's written multiple books, etc. And what's even funnier is last week when I was coming home from my mastermind, I flew from Miami to Minneapolis to Spokane. And when I was in Minneapolis waiting for the plane, I saw Ray and his wife. And I was like, whoa, because going to Spokane, that's the second time that we have ended up on the same flight from a connector from somewhere random. So, which is kind of funny, but every month he has these online marketing meetups and they're at his coffee shop. So I love copywriting and how to speak. One of his best tips is when you write like you speak so that people get to know you. If you always use contractions when you speak, use them. If you never use contractions when you speak, don't use them in your writing. If you use slang, use it in your writing. If you speak slang, use it in your writing. If you don't use slang, don't use it in your writing. It's just be you. Talk like literally type or write like you talk. That's amazing. And if you can't type fast enough, you know what? There's these great little things called phones that have this great little app called Notes or voice notes or something like that you can do. That you can actually do that, and then you can send it to a VA or a Rev or SpeechPad or anything like that. I prefer directly to a VA because Rev and SpeechPad, they're accurate, but they get everything. Every if I say like 10 times, they would that's funny. So my husband's laughing. They would put that in rather than going, okay, how would I edit this out? And you don't want somebody who will edit it out too much because then it doesn't sound like you. So yeah, there's all that. Any other questions, you guys? Any other thoughts? Any other live ideas? You want me to do some live streams on, I don't know, I'll do the repurposing content tips. I will do one of the questions in our members group that I saw was about the weekly email. Where is it at? I'm finally going to start sending emails, struggling with what content should be, and the subject line should say any ideas. We're going to do that within the next couple days. If you guys have any other questions, let me know. I'm almost speaking faster than, yeah, the tongue is going over me. So I can't see all the questions. I can't tell. Let me see. Hold on, and I will check my little backup trusty computer. And I know it's bouncing around. I've got you on a stabilizer stick, but there's only so steady I can do it while we're in a car. Hey, chauffeur, could you drive more steady? I'm just kidding. See, now he's being ornery. Sam says, I need to watch this morning's live to see what you said about the scheduled post. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was quite a bit. Quite a bit of stuff. It was awesome. I see that on there. Lots of stuff. A lot of panic over nothing. Same thing. Every time there's an algorithm change, people panic. What?
About the same stuff.
Yeah, they do panic about the same stuff. So, but here's the key. Facebook always says meaningful relationship. And Facebook's saying meaningful relationships. They want you to have meaningful engagement. Excuse me. Those are the two words that they used. Meaningful engagement. So any content you put out from whatever source, if it creates meaningful engagement, you're golden. That's what it is. So let me know your questions. Let me know your thoughts. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Have an awesome day.